كم غدوت بلا خلان
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Listening to Radio Seerah 1575 AM. Also streaming live on www.radioseerah.com. You can download our free apps, which are available from Apple or Android store to listen with. Yes, respected listeners, moving on now. We'll, inshallah ta'ala, be starting and continuing with lessons from Hadith. Lessons from Hadith today. And today, the chapter that we'll be talking about is about repaying a deposit. About repaying a deposit. Let us see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran. إنا عرضنا الأمانة على السماوات والأرض والجبال فأبين أن يحملنها وأشفقن منها وحملها الإنسان إنه كان ظلوما جهولا. Truly, we did offer amana, trust, moral responsibility, honesty, and all the duties which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained to the heavens, the earth, and the mountains, but they declined to bear it and were afraid of it, being afraid of Allah's torment. But man bore it. Verily, he was unjust to himself and ignorant of its results. Narrated Huzaifah ibn al-Yaman, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, gave us two hadiths. I have seen the first of them and I am waiting for the second. He said, trusteeship, faith has been implemented in the depths of people's hearts. Then the Quran was revealed and the people learned from it and from the Sunnah. Then the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said about raising trusteeship, faith. A man would sleep and then awake, and then trusteeship would be pulled out from his heart, leaving a faint trace of its remaining. Then he would sleep and awake again, and trusteeship would be pulled out from his heart, and a faint trace of it would remain, like a firebrand you have rolled on your leg. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "The sign of a hypocrite are three. Whenever he speaks, he lies. Whenever he promises, he always breaks it. And if you trust him, he proves to be disloyal." This is mentioned in Tirmidhi. So this hadith tells us, that as a believer, this sign shouldn't be inside a believer. One is that when he speaks the truth. That he shouldn't be lying. So three signs should be in the believer. And these three signs are is one, that if he says the truth, then he says the truth. And whenever he promises something, he always fulfills the promise. The one that breaks it is known as a hypocrite. He could, in one sense. And also, when you give someone to trust, you put something to something or someone, or you give something to someone, and then he becomes disloyal. This is what's often happening. How often can we see that for money? Everyone wants money, but now it depends on how we earn the money, how loyal we are to our saying, how trustworthy we are. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to be trustworthy in every way possible, money-wise, lending-wise, whatever we do in life. Let us all try to be loyal and try not to have these three qualities within us. Moving on, narrated Abu Hurairah, Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you will give back the due right to the rightful owners until the hardened oath is retaliated by the wholeness one. So these are some hadith in regards to lending, how a lending should be, how we should be dealing with one another, in terms of selling and buying as well. So many things, subhanallah, our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam came with. Let us all try to take this into consideration and try to change our, lending, and try to change our ways as well. A lot of times it often happens that we don't tend to care. We don't give a right to someone. We're not bothered about him. We're not interested about him. We don't even listen to him. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you more, then you should give it straight away. For example, you've taken a loan from someone. Now the time has come that you have to give it back, and you have the money. you have the amount of money, then give the money back straight away. Or if for some reason you're not able to give it back, or you need some time, request some time. Don't ignore it. Don't think to yourself, oh, I'll speak to the person next month or after a few months. Just because he's not doing anything. He's giving me some time. It doesn't matter. I don't need to speak to him. No, it's your right. You have to do that. It's a right of another believer, of another Muslim, whether be believer or not. It doesn't matter. Even if you take a loan from a non-Muslim, you have to make sure you fulfill that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the ability to do this, inshallah. We'll continue with more lessons from the hadith. From me, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So when thoughts come to a person's mind, then you have two options. One is you shun the thought away, you say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, or you ignore it.